What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another vlog, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Charles, and I vlog pretty much a little bit of everything. Pretty much my life, honestly, which is a little bit of everything. A little chaotic, but we move. But this is a special vlog because this week we are at Gencon, which is North America's largest board game convention. It is monikered as the best 4 days in gaming, and honestly, it's a really good time. I'm on sensory overload right now, which is why I'm kind of like out of it. I was looking for a quiet place to do this, but there's not many quiet places to record, but I'm still having a good time. We got in Tuesday. Today is actually Thursday. Today is the first day of the convention. Actually, it goes from Thursday to Sunday, but we get in a couple days earlier to chill at the house, relax, play some games at the Airbnb. I didn't vlog any of that because I wanted to take a break, have a good time with the people, because I only see them once a year, honestly. So I didn't vlog too much of that, but we're gonna pick it up here on Thursday. There's still a lot to see. Again, we're going from Thursday to Sunday. This is the first day. It's actually 2:47. We've been here since 9 a.m. As you saw, I got some B-roll of us walking into the convention center. Not walking into the convention center, walking into the dealer hall, which is part of what's available here at Gencon. There's a lot going on here. One of the things I like the most is the dealer hall, which is where a lot of the board game publishers and companies will come and they will release new board games. There wasn't too much that excited me this year to where I had to rush to get anything, but I did pick up a few games, and I did have one pre-order or a Kickstarter that I picked up as well since I was there anyway. So we got that. And then I've just been looking at what else is in there. I'm going to demo some games to see if I like them first. At this point, I got way too many games, so I got to be selective in what I bring into my collection. Not everything that I have brought in has been good with my group. Even though I may like it, it doesn't work well with my group. So now I'm starting to understand and learn, the type of games that my group enjoys and we can get to the table. So that's kind of what I am looking for at this point. I don't want to waste money on games because I've been doing that a lot. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna demo some games, but I mean, there's way too much here to catch everything. You kind of gotta focus in on what you want to do and just get in that lane and go. I mean, they got everything from arts and crafts to, I think there's a film festival, there's a cosplay genre. I mean, there's role-playing games, live role-playing games, there's shows that go on. I mean, it's a ton of stuff going on. You can't catch everything. So I normally pace myself. I only schedule like maybe 2 to 5 events that I actually have to go to and sit down and play. Other than that, I'm kind of just walking around and see what there is interesting to see. There's always something interesting to see. One thing that I do like about Gen Con is that even if you don't have anything to do, which I didn't actually the first time that I came, I signed up pretty late when I came the first time, so I didn't have any events scheduled, but I had a great time. So, I mean, I just kind of find stuff, to get into. But I'm going to bring y'all along. Let's see what we can get into. it is day 2 of Gencon. I decided to come on here early while I still am not overly stimulated to do the intro for today. So today is pretty much a chill day. I don't have any events until 4, so I'm honestly just going to check out the dealer hall and demo some games. But first, I need a little bit of caffeine. Good morning. It is Gencon day 3, which is the last full day of Gencon. And I'm in the dealer hall again, as I do first thing in the morning. But I want to check out Artist Alley. That's kind of where they have like all of the artists showing off of their artwork, and you can purchase their art. But it's been super crowded for the last few days, so I'm hoping that early I will have some time to peruse. So let's take a look. Alright, this alley was cool. That last one, it's been catching my eye every day. I walk past that booth and it's like the bright colors and everything. I might have to pick up one of his pieces. I'm gonna check him out on Instagram and see what he has available. And then we might go back and pick up a piece of art. We will see. I'm out at the food trucks now. I just had a quesadilla, which is a cross between a quesadilla and a burrito. But I wanted to show y'all the number of trucks that are out here. Sorry I didn't show y'all the food. I was a little ravenous, so I went ahead on and ate that. But and then I also tried the Sun King, the beer of the con, which is an apple cider, which is supposed to be a mix between an apple cider beer and an ale. Let me see if I can, yeah, all right. So I got the active track back on. I like to keep that on. But yeah, it's like a mix between apple cider is a mix between an apple cider and it's supposed to be mead, but it doesn't really taste like mead. Mead is supposed to be like a honey wine. It doesn't really taste like mead. So it's a mix between apple cider and a beer, really. That's what it tastes like. But it was pretty good, refreshing. But yeah, let me show y'all the number of food trucks that are out. They're going all the way down the street there, and they're lining both sides of the road. The road is blocked off. And if I turn around here, they're going all the way down to the end of this block. It's all different kinds of food trucks. You got everything from Mexican. There's a soul food truck that I got from the other day that y'all saw with the catfish. There are Filipino trucks. There's cupcakes. There's donuts. What else did I see? Barbecue. There's I don't know if y'all ever had, what are those called? There's Venezuelan cuisine. I can't think of the name of the dish, but it's like a cheese pancake that's really good. There's a lot of good stuff out there. It's expensive though, so you gotta have if you want to experience a lot of the food trucks, you gotta have some money, because food truck meals ain't cheap. So, but yeah, I'm just waiting for, we're supposed to be going out to dinner later. It's about 4:30 is when I ate. But I needed something on my stomach, y'all, especially if I was gonna start drinking. So I had that little quesadilla. So yeah, we're supposed to go out to eat a little bit later. We got one more event, and that'll be my last event for Gencon. I don't know how much more footage I'm gonna get from the convention. There is one more day to Gencon, which is not a full day. We typically will head out like in the morning. We may come back to the con for a couple of hours. If you want to pick up something, some last minute stuff before we head out. But typically we'll leave out early, so it's not a full day. We don't schedule any events or anything like that. So I don't know, we'll see. But I will continue to vlog what I'm doing. Sorry I've missed some of it. I did have an event earlier that I didn't capture. I was kind of into it. I had to focus, so I didn't think to turn the camera on. So I'm gonna do better. And if y'all like this type of content, let me know down in the comments. I wasn't sure if I was gonna vlog this at all, but since I'm here, I figured I would do it. And let me know if y'all like this. If so, then I will make sure that next year I do a better job of documenting Gencon. And even if I go to another con this year, I'm thinking about going to PAX Unplugged in December. So if I go to that, just let me know if y'all like this type of content. Again, I wasn't sure. Let me know down in the comments, and if so, then I'll do a more in-depth vlog about what we do here. All right, I'll check in with y'all later. Peace. What's going on, y'all? It is now months later. I debated on whether or not I should even edit this vlog and put it out at this point because Gencon has been 4 months ago. We are clearly in December at this point. But as I'm editing it now, because I am going to put it out, I'm not going to leave any footage behind. So I'm editing it and I'm putting it out. But I realized I never picked up the camera again, and I never ended the vlog. I thought maybe I lost some footage or something, but no. But in terms of how Gencon ended, we did go for that last day. We used that last day pretty much as a day to get some last minute pickups for family or friends if they wanted something, to peruse the dealer hall to pick up things there. We don't really do any events that day. So that's what I did. I pretty much perused the dealer hall until I got back on the road and came back home. I did pick up a few things. I am going to show you guys that, but I did want to wrap up kind of what Gencon is, right? I mentioned it, I think, on the first day in the vlog, where Gencon is the largest board game convention in North America. I think it's been going on since the 80s, the 1980s. I'm not sure, but it's been going on for a long time. I've been going since 2011, minus the COVID years. I think there were 2 years that I didn't go. 1 year they didn't have it at all. The other year I think it was online. And then after that, you know, we picked it back up and started going again. But it's a great time. I was reviewing the footage and I see myself in that dealer hall overwhelmed. That is just way too much to see and do there, period. But in the dealer hall, it's like eyes wide open trying to catch and glimpse and see everything. The dealer hall is massive. I want to say it's 28 rows of vendors up and down the aisles, and sometimes the aisles are cut off. So it's like a maze in some places, and there are booths that are more popular than others. Maybe they're releasing a game that everybody wants to get their hands on. So you've got people that are like bunched up in crowds and things like that. So it can get overwhelming in there for sure. So I try to find my moments of solitude to regroup and refocus and refresh. There are not too many places like that. They do have a quiet room, like on the second floor. I typically don't go in there because I don't know why I never go in there. But I don't. I'll find places outside of that area, like that has some seating open, and I'll sit down and regroup. But I should probably check out the quiet room. But then there's also the BIPOC lounge, which I believe is in the vlog. It's in the vlog, which is the lounge for Black and Indigenous people of color lounge. It's not exclusively for that group of people, but it caters to that group of people. All people are welcome. It is just a quiet space to go there and, like what I like to do, regroup and refocus. So I did spend some time in there just to sit down and catch my breath with all the things that were going on, right? So, but we are already planning for next year, honestly, and we are looking for a house now. It's hard to find a place with Gencon. There are a ton of that's an Airbnb market for sure, but all of the Airbnb hosts, they know how big Gencon is, so the prices are skyrocketed. It's competition trying to find a good place, especially if you have a larger group. So we're in the middle of that now, trying to find a place, and we typically end up finding a place that's far from the convention, like 30, 45 minutes. We have to drive in every day. But, you know, it's worth it so that we have a space to play games away from the convention center the days before the convention starts. So, yeah, in January, they're going to open up badge registration. So getting the badges in January. I think the housing block happens sometime January, February. And then the events happen sometimes around May. And then Gencon is end of July. So we're starting it all over again. But like I said, I wanted to edit what I had. And if you guys enjoyed that, I know it wasn't a lot. I didn't really show everything that we did. But if you enjoyed that, let me know down in the comments, like I said, and then I will make a point to get more content at the convention for next year, which is at this point right around the corner. I can't believe how fast 2025 has gone and we're heading into 2026. But that's neither here nor there. Let me show y'all what I got from Gen Con. All right, so I am down in the lab and I came down here to show you what the Gen Con releases that I picked up. Now, some of these I did not pick up at Gen Con, but they are technically Gen Con releases, which means they debuted, or the retail version debuted at Gen Con. I'm gonna start with what I actually picked up at Gen Con. So, from IV Studios, I picked up this game called Graft, which is in one of their base universes. They have another game, maybe two, that are based off of this same world. But this is like the small card game. This game was fun. The entire group liked it. I don't think, well, actually the entire group did not play this game, but everybody that played this game did like it, so we'll probably be playing this again. That is Graft. On to the next one. From All Play, I got Ruins. This one is a nice little trick-taking card game where you're trying to craft bigger and better cards. So you start with a hand of cards. The cards are in these sleeves here, and it has a base value on it, and throughout the game you can get these upgrades that you slot right into the card, and now that gives the card either an added value or an additional benefit. So this one is kind of like, you see that insert goes in there, and now you have another ruin up there, and so on the right side it'll add an ability. So this one is good. A nice card crafting game. Yeah, so this one was fun too. The majority of people in the group like this one as well, so we'll probably be getting that one to the table again. The next one that I picked up at the convention actually surprised me, honestly, and this is a game called Wine Cellar. Wine Cellar has these cards that you're drafting from the middle of the table. So they're going to be out on the middle of the table, and in turn order you're going to be drafting these cards, and these cards are going to become part of your wine cellar. And these are how the cards look. They have a type here, and this one is a white, and then it has a region here. This one is from Austria. And then it has an aging value here. So depending on where you have this in your cellar, it determines how many points you get. So this one likes to be open kind of in the middle. So you're going to get the most points if it's open in the middle of your wine cellar. So you want this one to end up somewhere in the middle of your wine cellar so you can get the most points. Well, front to middle. 8 is in the third position. So ideally you want this in the third position of your wine cellar. So you're playing cards out to the table, and the person who has the highest number played is the one who picks from the table first. So that's the order where you pick from the table. And these cards that are used to determine who picks from the table then become the cards that are picked in the next round. So this is a nice quick game. It plays up to 8 players, so it has a large player count, which is great for if you have large groups or families or things of that nature. And it's an easy teach, quick and easy wine cellar. This one is by 20th Century Games. Now this next one I picked up at Gen Con, but I actually kickstarted it. And this one is Citizens of the Spark. And this one is another tableau builder drafting game where you draft citizens into your city in order to use their abilities. You strengthen their ability based on how many of them you have. So if you have 3 of them, that's better than having 2 of them. That's better than having 1 of them. So we played this one already. This one was really fun as well. This one is from Thunderworks Games. So I did kickstart that one, but I picked it up at Gen Con. It was a Gen Con release, but I kickstarted it prior to, meaning I crowdfunded it. I think I backed it a year ago, and it took them that long to produce it. And it was released at Gen Con, and they offered Gen Con pickup instead of shipping it to my house. So I said, hey, since I'm there, I'll go ahead and pick it up from Gen Con. There's one more that I picked up at Gen Con, and it was a Gen Con release, and I didn't kickstart or anything, and that is Fliptoons. This one is, again, a quick tableau builder. You're basically putting out these cast of characters to try to create the best cartoon, and you're going to flip these tunes, tally up your cast score, your cast of cartoons, and then you also are recruiting new tunes to add to your cast, and you're trying to assemble the best cast of characters for your cartoon. It's like a Looney Tunes type of thing. The art it has that type of flavor. If you could see on the box cover, it has that Looney Tunes-esque appeal. So this one was an interesting game. Again, this one was a quick one. I would play it again. It's not one that, I didn't enjoy, but it's not one that I'm going to be jumping for every time. So we'll see as I get more plays of it. We only played this once. We'll probably try it again, and then go from there. But yeah, that one's Flip Tunes, and that one is from Thunderworks. I got that one. I got Citizens of the Spark. Now, these next three were released at Gencon, but I had already received them prior to Gencon, either through pre-ordering or through crowdfunding or Kickstarter. The first one is Campfire Council, which we haven't played yet. I actually want to play this at the next game night. This one is a worker placement game set in this Campfire world. And there are other games that are set in this world. I don't have them. Because they're not something that my group enjoys playing. They're like dungeon crawl type of games, which I do enjoy, but it would just be hard to get them to the table with my group. So I don't get them. We actually played it at Gen Con. We actually played one of them at Gen Con, and I had a good time. It was really fun. But yeah, this was Campfire Council. This one is more of the strategic board game, which is like, again, worker placement, which means you're placing out different workers on the board in order to get different abilities, and you use those abilities basically to get points. Everything is about putting you in a position to get more points, doing what you need to do to create your strategy in order to win the game. So that's Campfire Council. Again, we haven't played this yet, but I want to get this to the table. Hopefully at the next game night we'll be able to do that. This next one I pre-ordered from Stonemeyer Games. Oh, and it's heavy. And this is called Vantage. It's a sandbox game with a ton of cards. It's basically this open world theme. It's this open world theme where you and your other players have crash landed in this world, on this planet, in different areas. So you don't see where everybody else is seeing, but you all experience this game together by explaining what you see. There are different cards location cards that you'll get that only you see, and you can explain to the other players what you're seeing. And sometimes you may be close to one another, right? If you see a lighthouse off in the distance and somebody says, "Hey, I'm at a lighthouse," you may know that person is at the lighthouse, right? So it's randomly generated. Every game is randomly generated based on a few different characteristics and symbols that you roll the dice in order to get to. And we played this once. I enjoyed it. This is the type of game that I like. It just didn't go over well with my group. Luckily, this game plays well solo. So I may just have to play this solo. And that might be what I do. This also was a design that was created during the pandemic by Jamie Stagmeyer from Stonemeyer Games, who is the owner of Stonemeyer Games, to be played remotely. So if somebody else has a copy of Vantage, you can play remotely with that person. So hey, if y'all have Vantage, I know some of my subscribers here are board game players. If you have Vantage, hit me up. Let's play. I'm interested in playing because my local group does not want to play. So that's Vantage. The last one is a big one. This one was kind of controversial because this was a Kickstarter, again, meaning it was crowdfunded. And I think this one, the Kickstarter campaign or crowdfunding campaign was 2 years ago, and it took a while for it to be produced, and they were selling it at Gen Con, and the backers hadn't gotten it yet. I'm not one that gets upset about that because I want the company to be able to make the money and at conventions is where they make a lot of their money. So I don't fault them for selling it at Gen Con. I'm not upset. And it was on the way, right? So it's not like we weren't getting it for months. It was on the way. It just hadn't gotten to us yet. But this one is big box. It's Luthier. Look how big that box is. This one is another worker placement game where you are luthiers, which are instrument makers, instrument repair folks back in the Victorian era, Baroque, different eras of music, because I know a few of the different eras of music are represented in this box. But I mean, it's by Pemberson Games. It just looks so interesting. I am a musician. I haven't played in a long time, but I still call myself a musician. And so this one had my interest written all over it. You are repairing instruments for an orchestra. You're placing your instruments out in an orchestra field, trying to get first chair and vying for first chair with the other players and things like that. I mean, all of that stuff just sounds like a lot of fun to me. So we haven't played this yet. Definitely getting this to the table. This is one that we have to play at my house though, because I have a bigger table, and this is going to take up a lot of space on the table. So this one, the next time I have game night at my house, I will probably set this up and we'll play this one. But I'm excited for that one. All right, that was my Gen Con haul. That's everything that I bought at Gen Con. Again, it is months later. I played some of them. I have not played some of them. They're still on my shelf of shame, but I am looking forward to getting all of the games played. Some of them were great. Some of them were okay. I didn't have any that I hated, which is good. So I thank you for watching this video. Again, if you're not subscribed, just go ahead and subscribe. It's easy. If you made it this far, just subscribe. It's free. Like the video also. That helps me out. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. My goal for 2026 is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help. So if you made it this far, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Comment down in the comment section below, letting me know if you like this kind of content, if you want to see more board game content from me, and I'll do it. So, all right, y'all. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.